So there are 6 new features and 94 bugs in this release of NinjaTrader. There are 3 really important features and there are 6 bug fixes that we are wanting to highlight for you. So just before we do that, just want to get your feedback and know if you guys want us to keep doing these highlight videos. We had asked this question in our last one, and we're actually trying to figure out if we're trending in the right direction. So if we get more likes than our previous one, we'll probably, keep doing these throughout 2021. So be sure if you do want us to do that, then you hit that like button, and we'll be back to discuss all these features and bugs right after this. $14510. This is a feature request that for those of you who use interactive brokers, you're probably going to remember how interactive will automatically disconnect your platform after 24 hours of inactivity. So this is a security feature that interactive brokers has. Now NinjaTrader will restart the workstation and gateway connectors in order to allow you to reconnect after that daily restart. So it does it automatically for you now. 14630. So NinjaTrader is going to start using .NET 4.8, meaning that your minimum OS that you have to have in order to be using NinjaTrader is 8.1. I really hope you guys are not going to run into any problems there. Now 4.8 is going to require you to have that .NET version on your system. If you've been keeping up with your Windows updates, you probably already have it. Otherwise, NinjaTrader is going to present you with a warning saying that you don't have it and you'll need to actually download and install it. So before you install NT8, I'll put a link in the description. If you want to run this installer, it will actually tell you, look, you already have it, so you don't need to go through the installer. Otherwise, you will need to do it, or you can install the new version NT8, but be prepared for the fact that you are going to have to probably do that update to .NET 4.8 if you haven't been keeping on top of your Windows updates. So it might stop you from going into your trading application. This might be an upgrade that you want to do over a weekend just to be sure, but that is a big meaningful upgrade for third-party providers like us and what we can do with our code base with our developers. 14599. Now this is pretty cool. It's an auto rollover notification. So what it's going to do is when NT8 starts up, it's going to show you all the instruments that need to be rolled over and to make sure that you get the current contract. So that's really handy so you don't forget, hey, why isn't this loading, or what's going on here? Why isn't data being added to my chart when it should be? And meanwhile, those actual contracts have expired. This way, that's not going to happen. You're going to get the notification as soon as NT8 starts up saying, hey, do you want to roll these over? You hit one button and you're done. So pretty easy. Now let's move over to some of the more critical bug fixes that will probably affect a lot of you. 14653. So line break bars had an unexpected spike that appeared with them. That has now been fixed. So if you use line breaks like session bars, I imagine is what they're talking about, stuff like that, then you might have noticed an unexpected spike on a candlestick. That's been resolved. 14578. So indicators did not plot correctly using the scale when you had the overlay scale justification and auto scale on. This is something that you might have been using if you've seen our video on how to overlay your charts. So that has now been fixed. 14647. So text for Z levels did not match the text color property. Z levels are, you can think of them as layers. If you ever use like a Photoshop editing program, you work in layers. NinjaTrader has layers as well. So for instance, if you drew our patterns over top of these candlesticks, the patterns on one layer, the candlesticks are on another. So anyways, the text for the Z levels or the layers did not match the text color property. So that has now been fixed. 14544. So opening with no internet connection had resulted in a crash with NinjaTrader. I'm assuming this happened sometime because I'm sure that that's been the case for me where I've opened it without one. But regardless, that whole scenario has been fixed. So it's good to see stabilization issues being resolved. 14569. So NinjaTrader is very popular in Germany, and it was, if the language of your NT8 was set to German and you tried to import an English workspace, then you would have gotten an error. And we've actually hit this one because we provide workspaces out to people with our pattern software, and a lot of people in Germany too. And if they tried to install our templates, they would have gotten this error message, but now that's been resolved. 14601. Now this is something where if you used or if you were calling the risk reward tool via an indicator that uses the on price change calculation, this might not be something a lot of you have hit, but definitely you could have if you've been using the risk reward tool. It wasn't drawing the price levels or updating them correctly, and that has now been resolved. 14511. Okay, so this resolved a scenario when saving workspace as did not properly save it. Now, I think that's a pretty big one that probably the majority of us might have hit at some point and maybe not even realized it, but it has been fixed, so that's good to see. 14580. So StockTwits allows you to now type in a message up to 1,000 characters. So if you are sending that from NinjaTrader 8 to the StockTwits platform, you can now publish something up to 1,000 characters as well. So they're kind of getting themselves in line. And I believe StockTwits did expand their character limit when Twitter did their whole thing. So it might be a little bit behind, but it's definitely been done, which is good to see. So don't forget to get our news indicator and Priceline indicator. It's free off of our website. You can go to XABCDtrading.com. They're totally yours. We give them away to the community. Absolutely no catches. Go enjoy them, and we'll see you guys in the next video.